Hi, it's Tina O'Dwyer, tourism trainer, facilitator and clarity coach. I believe in sustainable tourism, which I also call high performance tourism. Sustainable businesses are profitable businesses, and the first step to profit is to achieve spend. So today I wanted to speak about driving retail spend in tourism. I started my early life working in the fast-moving consumer goods industry. I worked for a multinational corporation called Mars. Now Mars owns some of the world's most recognised brands, such as the Mars bar, Snickers, Twix, Maltesers, Pedigree Chum, Whiskas, Uncle Ben's, Dolmio. Familiar household names. In Dublin we were a sales and marketing engine, and our job was to drive sales of those products out through retail channels across the country. Now the day-to-day language of our business and how we engaged with each other revolved around terms such as in-store availability, display, in-store theatre, category management, merchandising, impulse triggers, the emotional journey of the visitor in in-store theatre, all of those things. Retail is very much an art as well as a science, but much more a science. And we spoke a lot about forecasting spend, targeting spend and tracking spend. Fast forward now to my life in tourism, and I rarely, if ever, hear any of those terms. But there was a change last week when I attended an event here locally in Ennis that was hosted by Ennis Chamber and AIB, and the title of the event was Spending Trends in Retail, Tourism and Hospitality. I had the privilege of being MC at the event, and throughout the evening I found myself interspersing that language of retail and FMCG with the language of tourism, and I came away thinking that there is enormous potential to really transfer a lot of that science of retail into the industry of tourism. I could honestly write a book with all the insights that were shared on the night, but for this video I just want to share one core concept, which is about what creates sales. David Fitzsimons is the Group Chief Executive Officer of Retail Excellence Ireland, and in his talk he gave us one straightforward equation. He said that sales equals to footfall multiplied by conversion rate multiplied by average transaction value. He made it immediately obvious that sales is not a result of footfall alone. In tourism, we are certainly guilty oftentimes of counting just the numbers that arrive and not the follow-on conversion rate and average transaction value. So what became clear from that was that in order to influence your sales figures and your spend figures, you need to have a strategy, yes, to drive footfall, but also to drive conversion and to drive average transaction value. What's interesting about retail is the need to distinguish it from sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is what gets your attention, what gets the visitor to notice you. But the retail science is about that visitor who is already engaged. They've come into your retail space either in your store or online, and they're already predisposed to buy. So the concept that the retail experts shared with us on the night is that it is not about selling, it is about making it easy to buy. I noticed that the retail experts are very comfortable talking about sales and spend, much more so than the tourism professionals are. But while they speak about sales and spend, they don't speak about selling. They speak about this idea of making it easy to buy. And they're very tuned in to how visitors are feeling at every point along the journey through the retail experience. And they focus in on the emotional triggers on what visitors are feeling and what they want to feel at a point in time, and focus very, very precisely on building in moments of magic throughout that retail journey. And Jean McCabe, who is the owner of Willow Boutique in Ennis and Galway, and also the online platform willow.ie, shared a really, really interesting concept. And she spoke about the idea of experience per square foot in order to drive spend per square foot. And I feel there's something really worth pondering for all of us in that. I was very grateful to be part of that event and to hear insights like that. So much so that we at the tourism space would very much like to create maybe a mini-series on top tips, top retail tips for tourism. If there's any particular areas you'd like to hear more about or you'd like us to explore, please leave a comment in the space below and we'll follow up on that.